So, what are we up to? Well, it's simple really. We've been doing some e-waste. You recognise these plastic off printers. We've got some circuit boards out of it. Now, with a little shout out to all the e-waste guys, taking the time, the trouble to post videos on YouTube and explaining what's actually in them. I'm actually beginning to learn a little something. So you've got like a little shout out there to E-Waste Mike, Rafael Scrapper, Shark Scrapper, Scrapping Irish of course, E-Waste Dillard. There's loads of them. If I've missed anyone, apologies. With all those people giving me inside information, that's a gold cornered VGA chip. We've got an oscillator, MCLICs, other things. Oh, Rafael Scrapper, eat your ass out. I pulled this one out. It's got a solid gold heatsink. I can't remember what that came out of. I'll just throw it in my secret stash somewhere. However, I need that sharp because we've got a great big thing here to strip. Look at the size of that. So I'll get that on the bench and see how we go from there. Well, it's quite much bigger than what I thought, so I've had to have a little bit of reorganisation. We've cleared the bench off. Copper. We've put the rubbish box there. It's going to take all the plastic. So, mount on the tripod. Let's we'll let the dog see the rabbit, so we'll get rid of some of that plastic first of all. It's a HP Hewlett-Packard printer, scanner, copier. I can say I've never taken one of these apart before, but I've taken photocopiers apart before. At the end of the day, it's a similar thing, isn't it? You've got a piece of paper that goes in, it's scanned. The scanner converts it's either white, black or colour, because this is a colour laser printer, and it stores that in a digital format. When we delve into the gubbins of it, what we'll find is there'll be some toner, which is an electrostatic powder. There'll be black and probably 3 primary colours like blue, red, green, cyan. Which, as you know, if you look at, you don't actually see the colour. It's 3 little dots outside of each other that your eye thinks is a different colour. That, when you put a piece of paper through and it goes through, that's attracted to your piece of paper. It will then go through a heated roller, which will fuse those powders to the piece of paper. It all happens very fast. Bit like this. Off. Don't think there'll be anything in there that's worth keeping. Anything that's loose I'll just bash off. I'm not a total peasant. I am going to use a screw. If I see a screw, I'll take it out, make things a little easier. Straight away, it's already looking a little lighter. Control panel over on the e-waste. All plastic. That has given me access to a few more screws. The ribbon cable, I think people will tell me that the ends of those are silver. Okay, I'll loosen that. It's a side effect. The batting's taking the top off. And freed up the motor assembly and the feed and the scanner head for the printer. That goes to one side. These are them little Torxes. Easy peasy. Struggling a bit round here. Bish bash bosh. Off it comes. There we go. Well, you're not as big as you thought you was, are you? Yeah, it's getting there. Oh, so we've got the bit where it's got all the motors in. We're just knocking off what's loose, uncovering screws. And if anything's a little stubborn, we'll give it a little persuasion. Right, that's the bit that held the toners trays in. So yellow, magenta, cyan, or blue, and that would have been black. And roll the tray. Just what's that say? Because it's back to front, isn't it? finally a tiny bit of copper. I bet that'll be an aluminium frame, aluminium tube. Right, we have reduced that to just a casing, put tiny bits of plastic on, which get rid of in a moment. Oh, so there we go. 1 HP laser photocopier taken to bits, and some bits I've taken it to as well. Right, I will strip and clean that lot and show you really how little got out of that humongous thing. Tell you what I did get. I got a box of plastic, and I got an even bigger box of plastic. To kind of symmetry to these things, you'll always find that if there's 3 on one side, there'll be 3 on the other. The other one will be it's there. I can't get at it. I can't get at it yet. You can't get at it yet. You can damn right sure I can get at it now. There we go. Bit more for the iron tub. Well, that, folks, is about it. See, it's not all hammering and bangering, you know. Sometimes it's using the right tool for the right job. All that for one tiny motor. But look at that. Gold. I shall be told that is gold. So where do we get that out? There we go, even got gold writing on it. So, over there. Right, that was that. That was the very last piece. So what have we got? Right, so there we go. That big monstrosity has been stripped. What did we get? Well, we got 2 almost full boxes of plastic. That one on the floor behind me. Aluminum wise, very, very little. Couple of tubes. Couple of kind of heat sinks. Some tiny bit of brass. Really tiny bits of stainless steel, but you know, every bit helps. Some very fine. These are really fine pieces of wire. Now I keep them because I do a little spraying here and there, and they're very good for cleaning out the nozzles. Apart from that, got a load of rods. I've got a thing for rods, and I've got a drawer full of them, so I'll keep them. Sometime they'll come in handy. Great big pile of fasteners and screws and springs. Not sure what I'll do with those yet. A load of motors. I've taken one apart to give you an idea. So I'll pick up some copper off all those. Number of solenoids in this thing, so they've all got a bit of copper in. Circuit board wise, not a great deal. I'll pick the choke off that. And copper, aluminium off the power supply. I don't do gold recovery yet, or chip recovery yet. Those will go in the secret stash. We got a bucket full of very fine wire. do I go to the trouble of cutting off all these silver ends? I ain't certain. Boosh. Clear that. It's only the light iron. Well, with the bed's tiny, it's just, well, what shred did we get out of it? Well, we got this frame, cage, you could call it, and we got pretty much, stop it, a bucket full of similar shred. I won't like to give it much of a guess. I don't know, 5 kilos at the most, 10 pounds, 10 to 15 pounds of light iron shred. Right, so there we go, folks. Look at that. Where there's muck, there's money. So I took a big laser printer, colour laser printer apart. Was it worth it? No. But if you're a micro scrapper like myself, it's more of a whatever comes my way has to be stripped down to its tiniest components. After all, I brought it home. I have to do something with it. If you steel is the meal kind of guy, don't even bother. Just take it up, take it in for the weight. The weight, if I recall, was something like you could probably Google the model number and get the weight. And I'm going to say that was a good 20 kilos, 44 pounds, 40 to 50 pounds in weight. Get that in, straight in and shred. But hey, it was interesting. Interesting if you're into the gold recovery. There's some gold. Oh, look at that. Looks like that sword of Lord of the Rings with all that gold writing on. I don't know. To some, you probably looked at that video, or if you've got this far, that is, and gone, what the hell? What a boring load of old shite. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. The whole reason for my channel is to show people what I get up to in my shed. And that is one of the things I've got up to. Got my hands dirty. It's honest. Hard work. I found it interesting because I've never taken one of those apart. And the people who designed that, I mean, just look at all those cogs and tiny springs. And somebody's had to design that. And if they designed it, did it work first time? Or did they have to start saying, they built a prototype and said, well, that don't work. We need another spring in. Or that spring wasn't strong enough. We need a stronger spring. I think about these things when I'm taking something apart. Anyway, I've had fun. Anyway. Plus my hammer got a sharpen. Who needs a screwdriver? So, me hammer in my shed. And I'll see you in the next one. And hopefully, it may be something a little bit more up your street. See you soon and take care.